Examples of levers in human body. This is our next topic. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, that there are several examples of levers in our human body, because the bone which is present as a structural framework of our body, or which provides a support to our body, acts as a lever, especially the long bones, as for example the humerus, radius and ulna, femur present in our leg, and tibia, fibula, that all bones act like levers. Okay, so we know that a lever is a somewhat stick like straight or bent rigid bar which is capable of turning about a point called fulcrum. So in human body, the bones are acting as a lever arm. If we represent a lever in this way, it is a rigid bar. Let us suppose here it is a fulcrum. Load is applied here and effort is applied here. So basically, if we define a simple machine as a lever, then there must be four things. First one is lever arm. This is called lever arm. This is called fulcrum. This is load, and here it is effort. Load and effort are basically force. This is the resistive force, and effort is the force which we will apply to overcome this resistance. Suppose that if you are pushing a stone with the help of a metal rod, and there is a pivot made up of a small piece of stone, then this is a resistive force. This stone is a object which is providing a resistive force, or we can say load, and to push it we will apply effort. This will be fulcrum, which is a point along which the rigid rod can turn, and this particular rod is the lever arm. Now if we compare the same structure in human body, we will find that all the bones are acting as a lever arm. Okay, and the joints which are movable, as for example elbow joint, this joint is elbow joint and this is movable. Okay, similarly we have joints in our girdles, pelvic girdle and pectoral girdle. This is pectoral girdle. There is joint between humerus and pectoral girdle. Similarly, there is a joint between pelvic girdle or hip girdle and the femur. So the movable joints act as fulcrum, and the effort is applied with the help of muscles. As for example, if I am trying to lift this book, there is a movement of this bone, and the movement of bone is facilitated with the help of this muscle which is called bicep muscle. This bicep muscle contracts and then it pulls the bone present in this region, which are radius and ulna. These bones are pulled, and therefore we are able to lift the book. Okay, so the effort is applied with the help of muscles which are attached to the bones. Okay, as for example, I have shown here muscles which are articulated with the bones, and they actually help in the movement of bones. Load, anything which is a resistive force, or the force which is to be overcome in order to complete the work. As for example, you are lifting your body weight, then the body weight will act as a load. If you are lifting a book, then the weight of book is the load. Okay, so I have taken 3 examples, and we will check whether these 3 examples are levers or not First thing is that, and second thing, if they are liver, then in which category they belong to. I mean, whether they are first class liver or second class liver or third class liver. So, first of all, head. Now, head is the structure which is made up of skull bone and several facial muscles along with the muscles present in the upper surface of the skull. ठीक है, ये पूरा जो हेड है हमारा, इसमें क्या है, कुछ हमारे फेशियल स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, फेशियल मसल्स हैं, जिसकी वजह से हमारा एक पार्टिकुलर फेस है, और इसके अंदर जो सपोर्ट करने वाला स्ट्रक्चर है वो क्या है, स्कल है. ठीक है, एंड द स्कल इज अटैच्ड टू वर्टिब्रल कॉलम. The first vertebrae is called atlas. You might have learned this fact in biology that the first vertebrae, there are 33 vertebrae in our vertebral column which provides a support to our body. The first vertebrae is atlas and this is attached to the skull by a movable joint. So that portion acts as fulcrum. Means the joint between skull and first vertebrae, that is atlas, act as fulcrum. First thing which should be noted. Second thing, the weight of the whole region of head act as load, and the whole skull is attached to the neck region with the help of muscles. Here I can say here. So this skull is attached to our neck region with the help of muscles, and here the effort is applicable. If I am moving my head down and then up, down and then up. So how this movement is facilitated? This movement is facilitated with the help of these muscles, because these muscles when contract, they bring the head upward and forward. However, when they relax, or we can say the muscles present in this region contract and the muscles present in back region relax. In that situation, the head moves downward. So this movement is facilitated with the help of muscles present in the neck region. So the effort is applicable here. The fulcrum is at the point of attachment of atlas and the skull bone. Atlas is the first vertebrae, and the whole region of the head has particular weight which acts as a load. So simply we have load and then fulcrum and then effort. So this arrangement is such that fulcrum is in between load and effort. So our head belongs to first class liver. Okay? The explanation is quite long, but you are not supposed to give explanation. You are just supposed to identify the type of liver present in our human body, because in examination it is just asked as identify the type of liver present in our head. So you just need to write first class liver. Okay? But after all, we should have clear concept about any fact. So I am just providing you the clear explanation about the fact. Second is pulling or pushing across the heel of the foot. If you are pulling or pushing with the help of your foot, it means you are pulling or pushing like this. Okay? It means the portion of bones or the joints present in this region are acting as fulcrum. And if you raise this portion, the whole portion will be lifted like this. Let me use another chalk. The whole portion will be lifted like this. Okay? You will be lifted slightly like this. like this. Okay, you will be lifted slightly. So it means the fulcrum is present in this region, the joints which are present between the tarsals. Okay, this portion is tarsal and metatarsals actually, and then phalanges. So I may write metatarsals. The bones present in this region are joined by movable joints and they act as fulcrum. Okay, and the load is in the heel. If you try to raise your body with the help of your foot, after some time you will feel that the weight of whole body is acting at the heel. ठीक है, अगर आप ये आपके फुट के सहारे आप ऐसे खड़े होने का प्रयास करिए कुछ देर, 2-3 मिनट के बाद आपको लगेगा कि आपका पूरा जो वेट है वो हील पर वर्क कर रहा है. तो यहां पर आपका लोड एक्ट करता है. एंड द मसल्स विच आर आर्टिकुलेटेड टू द हील, actually they are present in the shank region of our leg, this region, and they apply effort. यहां एफर्ट अप्लाई हो रहा है, कैसे पता चलेगा? बहुत देर आप खड़े हो जाएंगे जब ऐसे अपने फुट पर, तो आपको पता चलेगा यहां पर पेनफुल सेंसेशन क्रिएट होगा, क्योंकि यहीं के जो मसल्स हैं वो एफर्ट अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. तो अब देखिए आपका फल्क्रम एक इंड पर हो गया, बीच में लोड है और एफर्ट है. मीन्स कैसा अरेंजमेंट है? एफर्ट, load and then fulcrum. So here load is in between effort and fulcrum. So this belongs to second class lever. Okay, so we have discussed two things. Head belongs to first class lever, and pulling or pushing across the heel of the foot, this phenomena is related to second class lever present in our body. Okay, now third fact. This is quite confusing because in most of the books or most of the people should think that this belongs to first class lever, but actually it belongs to third class lever. Okay, now I have given the same example. If I am lifting this book with the help of my hand, where is the fulcrum, where is the load, and where is the effort? So it is clearly mentioned here in this figure. It is book which is shown in blue color, and here I have shown the muscles, bicep muscles, and all white portion represents the bones which are in the inner structure of this portion of our body. Okay, now the weight of book acts as load. So load is acting at the palm. This load is acting at the palm. Okay, now the movement is facilitated with the help of elbow joint. So here there is fulcrum. Okay, let me mention here, this is fulcrum F and this is load L. Now where is the position of effort? So this muscle is present here, but the activity of muscle is here, because the bones are able to move because this bicep muscle contract. This bicep muscle contracts and therefore there is movement in the bones. Okay, now where is the point of attachment of muscles to the bones? That is the point of effort. It means the position of effort is not this. The position of effort is this. This portion is the position of effort because the muscles are joined at this portion. So the point of attachment of muscles to the bone, that point will be regarded as the point of application of force or the point of effort. It means effort is present here. ठीक है, मतलब मसल्स तो यहां है लेकिन उसका फोर्स कहां लग रहा है? जहां बोन से वो जुड़ा हुआ है. तो बोन से कहां जुड़ा होगा? ज्वाइंट से तो पहले ही जुड़ा होगा. ज्वाइंट आपका पीछे होगा, ये आगे जुड़ा होगा, तभी तो ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जब होगा तब ये हाथ ऊपर की तरफ ऐसे उठेगा. ऐसे जाहिर सी बात है कि यहाँ का जो बाइसेप मसल है यहाँ पर जुड़ा हुआ है और पतला सा एक पोर्शन इसका यहाँ दिखाया गया है, ये ज्वाइंट से आगे जुड़ा होगा. तभी तो ये ऐसे खींच पा रहा है। ज्वाइंट के पीछे होता तब कैसे खींच पाता, नहीं खींच पाता। तो ज्वाइंट के आगे जुड़ा हुआ है, तो जो एफर्ट का पॉइंट हुआ वो फल्क्रम से आगे होगा। इसका मतलब फल्क्रम और लोड के बीच में एफर्ट होगा, यानी ये थर्ड क्लास लीवर होगा। ठीक है, यानी हम इसको ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, द एफर्ट इज प्रेजेंट बिटवीन फल्क्रम एंड लोड, सो दिस बिलोंग्स टू थर्ड क्लास लीवर and it is asked many times in exams. So these all examples are very unique examples, and with the help of these examples we can also verify that our human body has bones which act as levers. Okay, so I have mentioned here 3 examples. Head, which belongs to first class lever, pulling or pushing our body with the help of heel of the foot, this is related to second class lever. And lifting a book or lifting a stone or lifting anything with the help of hand, this process is related to the lever, and here the hands are acting as third class lever. Okay, so this is all about examples of levers in our human body. Okay, now one more thing which we should discuss is that numerical problems based on levers. Okay, so I will take some examples of questions related to levers, mainly numerical problems, and I will solve here so that you can understand the concept. Okay, and after that you can practice such problems from your books. Okay, so let us take some questions related to levers. Okay, numericals on levers. So I have taken some typical questions which are related to the pattern of questions which are generally asked in exams. So before starting to do this question, we must recap some important formulas which are included in levers. The first one is principle of levers, effort into effort arm is equal to load into load arm. ये पहला फॉर्मूला हमारा। दूसरा क्या है, मैकेनिकल एडवांटेज, मैकेनिकल एडवांटेज इज इक्वल टू एफर्ट आर्म बाई लोड आर्म। ठीक है। तीसरा वेलोसिटी रेशियो, वेलोसिटी रेशियो इज इक्वल टू displacement of effort by displacement of load. Okay, and last one is efficiency, efficiency equal to MA by VR into 100%. If you are calculating the efficiency in percentage, you will multiply by 100. If you are just calculating the ratio, or just you want to know the efficiency of machine, you don't need to represent it in percent, then just calculate the ratio between mechanical advantage and velocity ratio. So I can write here, okay, effort into effort arm is equal to load into load arm. This is principle of lever. Mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. Velocity ratio is equal to displacement of effort by displacement of load, and efficiency is equal to MA by VR into 100%. Okay, these are 4 important formula which are required to do any type of numericals based on levers. Okay, so let us start. First question is, in operating a water pump, I have already clarified you that water pump belongs to first class lever. Okay, a resistance of 480 Newton, it means load is equal to 480 Newton, is overcome by an effort of 72 Newton. Effort कितना है, 72 Newton. If the distance of the fulcrum from the point where the resistance act, मतलब ये फर्स्ट क्लास लीवर हो गया, आपका फल्क्रम हो गया, ये आपका लोड हो गया, ये आपका एफर्ट हो गया। तो इसमें क्या बताया गया है, इफ द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द फल्क्रम फ्रॉम द पॉइंट वेयर रेजिस्टेंस एक्ट, मतलब जहां लोड काम कर रहा है, लोड जहां एक्ट कर रहा है, वहां से फल्क्रम का जो डिस्टेंस है वो 0.2 मीटर है। मीन्स लोड आर्म इज इक्वल टू 0.2 मीटर। फाइंड द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द फल्क्रम वेयर एफर्ट एक्ट्स, मतलब ये आपको डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करना है, ये कितना होगा, यानी एफर्ट आर्म कैलकुलेट करना है। ठीक है, जस्ट अप्लाई द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लीवर्स बाई प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लीवर्स, क्या हो जाएगा, एफर्ट इंटू एफर्ट आर्म इज इक्वल टू लोड इंटू लोड आर्म. जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू, यू विल गेट द आंसर. एफर्ट 72 इंटू एफर्ट आर्म is equal to 480 into 0.2. I will solve here. Effort arm is equal to 480 into 0.2, you will get 96 upon this 72 will go in denominator 72. तो कितने हो जाएंगे, 12 से कट जाएगा, 12 6 जा, 12 8 जा, and you will get 2 3 ja 2 4 ja 4 upon 3, that is 1.33 meter. This is your answer. So you can do this question in hardly 2 minutes. Okay, next question. The handle of a nut cracker. नट क्रेकर किस कैटेगरी का लीवर है, सेकेंड क्लास लीवर है. ठीक है, मैं यहां बना भी दे रहा हूं इसका फिगर. यही तो है, ये नट क्रेकर हो गया आपका. हैंडल ऑफ नट क्रेकर इज 16 सेंटीमीटर लॉन्ग. इट मीन्स द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर इज 16 सेंटीमीटर. और इसका फलक्रम यही होता है, ये फलक्रम है, ये लोड है, और ये आपका एफर्ट हो गया. तो एफर्ट आर्म सीधे सीधे 16 सेंटीमीटर हो गया. एंड ए नट इज प्लेस्ड 2 सेंटीमीटर फ्रॉम इट्स हिंज. हिंज मतलब फलक्रम. तो यहाँ से जो नट है, ये नट है जिसको क्रैक करना है. तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो फलक्रम से लोड का डिस्टेंस है वो 2 सेंटीमीटर है. मतलब एफर्ट आर्म और लोड आर्म आपको दे दिया गया है. इफ ए फोर्स ऑफ 4 kgf इज अप्लाइड एट द एंड ऑफ द हैंडल. यहाँ एंड पर जो एफर्ट अप्लाई किया गया वो 4 kgf है. ठीक है, टू क्रैक इट व्हाट वेट इफ सिंपली प्लेस्ड ऑन द नट विल क्रैक इट. ठीक है, तो अगर एफर्ट 4 kgf लगाने से ये नट क्रैक हो जा रहा है तो सिंपली कहा जा रहा है कि कितना वेट जो होगा वो इसको क्रैक कर देगा. मतलब सिंपली आपको लोड यहाँ पर कैलकुलेट करना है. ठीक है, क्योंकि आप देखिए एफर्ट आर्म आपको पता चल गया, लोड आर्म भी पता चल गया. इफ ए फोर्स ऑफ 4 kgf इज अप्लाइड एट द एंड ऑफ द हैंडल. तो हैंडल के एंड पर यानी एफर्ट 4 kgf अप्लाई किया गया, लोड आपसे पूछा जा रहा है, वही आपको प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लीवर्स अप्लाई करना है. तो बाई प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लीवर्स क्या हो जाएगा, एफर्ट इंटू एफर्ट आर्म इज इक्वल टू लोड इंटू लोड आर्म. सो जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू 4 kgf इंटू 16 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू L इंटू 2 सेंटीमीटर. तो ये भी सेंटीमीटर में है, ये kgf में है, सेंटीमीटर सेंटीमीटर कैंसिल हो जाएगा. 4 इंटू 16/2 kgf ये लोड का वैल्यू होगा. 2 8 जाए, 8 4 जा 32. इट मीन्स लोड इज इक्वल टू 32 kgf. इट मीन्स इफ वी पुट ए वेट ऑफ 32 kgf ऑन दिस नट, the nut will automatically crack. Okay, now third question. This question has 3 questions, that is we have to calculate velocity ratio, mechanical advantage and efficiency. Now a machine displaces a load of 125 kgf. So load is equal to 125 kgf. This is given through a distance of 0.30 meter. Means distance traveled by load is equal to 0.30 meter. When an effort of 12.5 kgf, it means effort is equal to 12.5 kgf, acts through a distance of 4 meter, means displacement of effort is equal to 4 meter. Calculate velocity ratio, mechanical advantage and efficiency. I will calculate it one by one. Velocity ratio is equal to displacement of effort by displacement of load. So what is the value? 4 by 0.30. 4 by 0.3. So you can write 4 by 3 by 10. It will be 40 by 3. ठीक है, कितना आएगा? 13.33 मीटर. सॉरी नॉट मीटर, because this is ratio and they will cancel each other. Okay. Next is mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage is equal to load upon effort. What is the value of load? 125 kgf and effort is 12.5 kgf. You put the value 125 by 12.5. It is equal to 10. This is the value of mechanical advantage. And efficiency. Efficiency is equal to MA by VR. So you put the value, MA is 10 and VR इसको रख लेते हैं 40/3. आसान होगा, ठीक है. परसेंट में चेंज करना है तो 100 से मल्टीप्लाई कर लीजिए. ये कैंसिल हो गया और ये 3 ऊपर चल जाएगा. 3/4 इंटू 100, 425 टाइम्स 100, सो इट विल बी 75%. ठीक है. तो इसमें तीनों क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था, वेलोसिटी रेशियो, मैकेनिकल एडवांटेज और इफिशियंसी. ठीक है. तो जो भी लीवर्स के क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, हार्ड क्वेश्चन नहीं होता है, सिंपल सा डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं जिनको हम लोग आसानी से कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. इस तरह से जो भी क्वेश्चन और भी क्वेश्चन आपको बुक में मिलेंगे, ठीक है, जो आपके एक्सरसाइज में न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स में दिए होंगे, वह सारे क्वेश्चन आप करिएगा. यही फॉर्मूला है जिस पर आपको क्वेश्चन करना है, इससे कोई अलग फॉर्मूला नहीं है. ठीक है. टाइप ऑफ लीवर को आइडेंटिफाई करना इसलिए जरूरी है क्योंकि फल्क्रम का पोजीशन डिटरमाइन करता है एफर्ट आर्म और लोड आर्म को. जैसे अगर मान लीजिए ये नट क्रैकर है, इसको आप सही से फिगर नहीं बनाएंगे तो फल्क्रम का पोजीशन अगर इंड में नहीं रखेंगे तो फिर आपका क्वेश्चन मिस्टेक हो जाएगा, है ना. इसलिए आपको ये जानना जरूरी होता है कि किस टाइप का लीवर है. जैसे यहाँ वाटर पंप था तो वो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर लीवर था, तो उसका इस तरह से फिगर बना, फल्क्रम बीच में है. दिस इज फल्क्रम, at one end we have load and at the other end we have effort. But in case of nutcracker, this is second class lever. So fulcrum will be at one end, effort at the other end, and load will be in between the fulcrum and effort. Okay. So before starting to do the question, we must be very careful about the type of lever of the device. Okay. तो ये इस तरह से आप और भी जो न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स होंगे उसको कर लीजिएगा. अब इसके आगे के टॉपिक जो है वो पुली है, तो वो हम लोग आगे के क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. ओके, थैंक यू.